expanse of green more than 1,000 kilometers wide circles the northern hemisphere through North America, Europe, and Asia. It is one of our most complex and least understood ecosystems.
There's aspen and black spruce, white spruce, tamarack trees, jack pine. It almost acts as the lungs of the earth.
Once unsuspected characteristics of these trees may provide answers to a major scientific question. Each year, the human race pumps 4.8 billion tons of carbon into the air, but scientists can detect only half of it in the atmosphere. Clearly, there exist major carbon sinks that absorb carbon released by mankind's widespread burning of fossil fuels. Now, thanks to research stations like this one, scientists are determining to what extent the boreal forest is one of the sinks they're looking for.
At the northern edge of the boreal forest, or where the spruce and conifers are, they saw that it was actually releasing more carbon than it was absorbing. Whereas here in the boreal deciduous forest, there is actually a carbon sink occurring.
Since boreal deciduous forest absorbs more carbon than it releases, it is, in many ways, the lungs of the world.
What will happen in the future when and if the climate warms up? Will these aspen trees be able to modify themselves or change? Will they be able to live in a warmer environment? Or will something happen to the aspen trees where they die back? And if we don't do the data collection now, we won't be able to predict what's going to happen in our future.
When the risk of forest fire is high, the park's fire towers are manned. But today, unless lives or property are threatened, fighting spotted fires is no longer an automatic response. Fire is now viewed as part of the natural process. In fact, park wardens are using fire to fight fire.
Once we've identified the peak burning period of the day, we'll notify our ground crews. We'll be flying over the area and basically dropping fire right onto the crowns of these trees.
The wardens are creating a fuel break, essentially a cleared patch that will act as a barrier between an out-of-control natural fire and valuable property like the town site at Waskesiu. The result of their work is evident from the air. Ironically, it is because fires have been suppressed for the last 50 years that park officials are having to light fires now. Most of the forests in the park are mature, and unlike younger trees, older forests are dry and highly flammable. After a fire, it doesn't take long for new life to appear.
Wildfire in the boreal forest is the principal mechanism of forest stand renewal. It can be looked at negatively as a mortality force, which kills trees, or optimistically as a birth force. So by killing a forest, you set the stage for a new stand to establish. Okay, we got a couple of good examples here. This is an aspen. Aspen responds to fire. After the fire, the sun hits the soil warms up, and it triggers those roots to put out suckers.
Some species, like spruce and jack pine, reproduce best with fire. The heat melts the waxy binding on the cones that hold the seed. The cone opens, the seed is dispersed, and new life begins.